blame the women for that. I think it's natural if you have a good education and ask the men, what would you do? Would you stay at home just because you have a brilliant education and there is a kid? Probably most of them would have the same problem. So we have a problem of demographic change, which means that we have to change our social security system. And we have another challenge, which is the migration towards Europe from other countries. First from the Eastern European countries and now from Africa. And we have this challenge, how to integrate them into the social security system, that they are having a certain protection, although they never contributed to the system. But we can't leave them just in misery. So this is a quite touchy point for our political discussions, but it's very interesting to see the different instruments, how they are working. Now, there is a special role for you in the design and the performance of the system. People from science have to analyze continuously what's going on in this system and have to put the finger on the things which are not perfect and where you think that there are failures. We have, for example, a so-called Committee of Wise Economists, which are financed by the state and have to make a report every year about how the performance of the German economy is going. And they present their report once a year in front of the television cameras. And you have 5 persons here smiling because they show their report, and I'm very proud of that. And on the other side of the camera, you have the politicians like the Chancellor, the Minister of Finance, the Minister of Economy, quite sour faces. They tell us again what we have done wrong. But the public notice that, and it's always a type of theater, you know, the cameras of television show what problems are there. And obviously there is a certain pressure then on the politicians to improve that. I have a very good friend who is the finance minister of Chile now, and he studied this system of communication in Germany, and he said, you Germans are very unhappy. You're always complaining. Even if the things are very good, you are complaining. But this is probably the secret why you are improving the things more and more. If we Latin Americans would live in the situation you are living in, we would be very satisfied, sat back and enjoy. And what are you doing? You are complaining. So, but I mean, this type of pressure of critics, you need to force the government to become more perfect in the performance. And obviously we now have a lot of international comparison. While up to 1990 we had this competition of the different systems, of the socialist system, of the capitalist system. Now we have an open competition between the different countries. Who's better off? Who has a better performance? For example, we are very proud now that we Europeans are a little bit better off in the crisis than the Americans, because the Americans always were ahead of us, and now we have a better system. So it's a very healthy point as well to have this international comparison. Of course, the politicians don't like it, because the politicians in every country want to invent the wheel again. And they say, well, this is possible in the other country, but in our country the situation is different. So it's not so different, and I think one of the very important roles of the science is to watch permanently what's going on in the economy and in the society, and give reports to the government, and then you can decide, well, is this system really an adequate system for your country? And you have to answer at least these 10 questions. Now, you can see, is there a certain correspondence of the aims? Are the basic principles accepted? and in which form are they performed? What is the role of the civil society, of military groups? What's about the private property? So all these questions are issues for research in the universities and small projects of research to see if you want to compose the different elements of the social market economy. Could we get into the system, or how would we have to modify it? As I said in the beginning, the German system is not a blueprint. It has worked very well in 49, and it's still working very well in a modified way today, but it can't be the same in another country, especially in your country where you're coming from the experience of the Soviet Union. So there must be certain modifications, but this is really the scientifically interesting case to discuss what elements in what dimension you can apply in Kyrgyzstan. So I suppose that this for your professors and for yourself is giving you quite a lot of headache for the future, but I feel there's an age missing. I don't thank you, I thank you. And I wish you good luck for the future.